The dragon's roost is just beyond. We should hurry. We near. It shows itself.
Hey viewers, and welcome to the video review for Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen for the PC. And before I begin, I do want to say that this key was given to us by the developers, so thank you very much Capcom, and with that said, let's begin. So, Dragon's Dogma was originally released all the way back in the year of 2012, and just in case you didn't know, it's an action RPG and a very awesome one at that, which, may I remind you, it kind of reminds me of games such as Dark Souls, Skyrim, or even Shadow of the Colossus. The game features fast and tense real-time combat. It has the open world with a variety of locations to explore, such as caves, ruins, dungeons, and so on, and huge enemies that could be climbed on and eventually defeated if you're good enough. For me, when Dragon's Dogma was originally released, it offered a near perfect mix of all those three games and the various different genres it touches upon. Not to forget though, the game has what's called a pawn system, which basically allows you to create one AI companion for the rest of the game who will join you in your adventure. You can fully customize and develop him to your liking, and you can hire 2 more extra pawns from what's known as the Rift, which is basically this sort of hub homeworld for the pawns. And these pawns, if you're connected online, are other players' creations, but if you're offline, the game will still offer you pawns for you to take on your quests and so on. Now, what's cool about the pawn system is that it allows you to create this party that are able to help you not only in combat, but also with their knowledge of areas, and if they completed a quest you're currently on, they may even offer helpful tips along the way, and so on. And just in case you're wondering, you can obviously fully customize your own character as well, but be careful, as choosing the right equipment and weaponry is often key in many battles found within the game, as some enemies are weaker to certain elemental attacks, while some are not. Now, considering this is the Dark Arisen version as well, you are basically getting the expanded version of the game that includes all original content and a new zone called Bitter Black Isle, along with various new weapons, armors, and of course, quests. But this is the PC version, so how does this re-released version hold up? Well, I'm glad to tell you that it is quite the good port, other than a few things I noticed, but I'll get into that in a bit. The main problem Dragon's Dogma had while on consoles was the fact that it could be stupidly slow at times. Running at 30 FPS is fine with me, but it's when the game dipped to the 10s or even single digits that I had a problem, and that mainly occurred during large fights when a lot is going on or even in certain cutscenes, but that's all gone as the game can now run at a locked 30, 60 or at a variable frame rate, allowing for consistent and smooth gameplay. For me, I'm running the game with everything maxed out and 60 FPS locked on my GTX 970, and the game runs like a charm. It really does make the game feel fresher than what it probably deserves. Another thing too is that of controls, and this too is another great aspect of the game, handled superbly. Dragon's Dogma is fully playable with mouse and keyboard, which is kind of surprising because a game like Dark Souls was kind of broken in that regard, but for Dogma, not only can you play the game with the default keyboard and mouse setup, which I've been doing in this video all the time, you can even fully rebind your keys to your heart's content, and the game obviously supports the use of the Xbox 360 and other controllers too, like a flight stick if you really want to. However, there are some downsides. For whatever reason, whether it be an engine limitation or something, NPC and object pop-in still occurs in the PC version, which to be honest is kind of unacceptable in the year of 2016 and should have been fixed, because this was very apparent in the console version as well and shouldn't be in this newly re-released PC version. Another point worth mentioning is that even though the game's overall visuals have been improved and looks miles better than what was seen on the console versions, it still kind of feels like you're playing a game from 2012. Quite a few textures are a bit flat and so on, but the game still looks better. Lastly, and this is more of a little annoyance than anything else, why is there no mouse wheel support in menus for scrolling? It just kind of seems like a missed opportunity. Hopefully they can patch that in. Overall, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen for the PC is hands down the best version to play, and if you never had the chance to pick it up before, then I highly suggest you do, because it's a game filled with awesome content. You got the action, you got the RPG elements, and it's just Dragon's Dogma. How could you not play it? For me, this is a must buy, but be warned, the game still carries over a few issues the console version had, but hopefully those can be patched out in future updates. This has been Jesse for APG Nation. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.